You can see here, this blue line is the pan pressure, okay? And it should have been all the way down here, maybe go up a little here. But you see where it raises real high? Well, that's when it burnt the piston and threw the rod out.
The reason it burnt the piston is on my shoulders. I changed the nozzles and that, and on number 5 cylinder, I just finger tightened it. I didn't go back and snug it down. Got just distracted. And so this whole deal's on my fault, on my shoulders. But I want to know, Roland knows how to do this too. I'm not the only one. But.
Well, you know, like I say, if you never struggled or messed up, they're just telling me one thing. You haven't been doing this long enough.
Absolutely.
Okay, so here we are at the 46th running of the Nightfire Nationals, the Pepsi Nightfire Nationals at Firebird Raceway in Eagle, Idaho. Yes, it seems like we were just in Bowling Green, Kentucky for an absolutely out-of-sight, crazy, dynamic top fuel battle. I don't know, what's the news? What's the scoop? What's going on here?
Well, I guess this track here in Boise has been around for 50 years.
Right.
And so they're having their 50th anniversary, and you know, it's a fantastic facility. It's I was never fortunate enough to race here. Back in the day, a bunch of Fuel Funny Car guys would match race. Driving in the gate the other day, it's like, wow, I wish we'd come here. It's really nice, and the new family that has run this track for so long, super bunch of great people, and but most of all the fans here, and they're here to see great racing and lots of fans.
Well, that's the beauty of this circuit, is every track we go to is like there's a joy of discovery, and that we're really discovering the past that hasn't gone away. And in essence, these places are institutions. Now, maybe we feel at home there because arguably some of us should be institutionalized, but
exactly. But don't go there.
Well, right, but the Bowling Green facility and here at Firebird, these are fantastic facilities, and I think we're poised for some fantastic drag racing. With that said, one drag racer who will not be joining us at this, the third event in the NHRA Hot Rod Heritage Series Top Fuel tournament, is Tony Bartone, who apparently is either MIA or on the injured reserve list. Do you have any information on that?
Yeah, well, Tony, you know, Bakersfield, the first race, and then Bowling Green, he complained about back problems, and he's had back problems, kind of a short history of back problems, and these cars are hard on you. You know, the acceleration, the tire shape especially. So Tony has a back problem, and apparently that's kept him back in Long Island this weekend, which is really unfortunate because there's such a great team. He's such a great competitor, 3-time champion.
Well, that's it. Everybody here wants to beat the best, and he is. There's no doubt about it. Tony Bartone is elite. He will be missed. You alluded to the physical challenges sometimes involved in driving these cars. There's also some mental challenges which have been transcended of late by Jim Murphy, who has overcome all kinds of hardship and harsh luck. So Jim Murphy has in fact won Bowling Green. He's taken over the points lead. You know, he's gotten, as he said, the monkey off his back. Mighty Joe Young has left the building. And if we can transition from the simian kingdom to the feline species, he has taken the points lead from Nitro Kitty Mindy Fry. The narrative of this series in 2017 has boiled down to a points battle between Mindy Fry and Jim Murphy. However, there are many
So far.
of course, right. Well, anything
Yeah.
can happen, and there are many spoilers waiting in the wings. Adam Soroka, as a for instance, can catch traction at any time. Who else has a chance to ruin Murphy or Mindy's weekend?
Well, anybody really. I mean, that's the nature of the sport, as you know. Anybody can win at any time, but there are some strong players that are trying to get their first wins. Dusty Green, for example, very consistent driver, sprint car guy, good car control, and a real budget-minded team. But you know, he's a good driver, and the car goes A to B down the track, and that's what it takes. You also have Brett Williamson, who's been around for a long, long time, top alcohol, funny car, standout, and
Doing double duty this week.
yeah, here driving a Pro Mod, which is a badass Corvette, and then he's also driving this Top Fuel car, which is super cool.
Yes. So he is either an absolute pleasure sponge or a glutton for punishment. I guess that depends on how his weekend will go. Phil Roskowski is also in the mix, and it's a true small block Chevy car. Those guys, in all honesty, have a little ways to go before they can truly be in the mix. They've got the old Tony Bartone machine, and they put a small block in it, and they're burning nitro, and anything can happen.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And then you also have Tyler Hilton, the Jim and Allison Lee car, which in my opinion is actually the most realistic front engine dragster here and the best looking. And man, when I see that, it reminds me of you know, when I was basically 7, 8 years old and first got turned on to this sport. Those were the cars, and so it makes me feel young again. Not 7 or 8, but maybe 17.
Well, you're still here, and Allison Lee is still here, and she has plenty of input in this car. And honestly, if you're looking for somebody who just never got the memo, like drag racing is kind of a silly idea, it's Allison Lee, who is just an absolute pleasure to watch.
Just you know, a bundle of energy that is, and a love of drag racing that is very contagious.
I do know she was 25 when Jim and Allison Lee first raced Bakersfield. I will leave it to others to use the internet and Wikipedia to actually tabulate her age. With all that being said, there's plenty of out-of-sight entries here this weekend. Anything can happen. It's a drag race. When we come back, it will be the first round of Top Fuel Eliminator from Firebird Raceway at the Pepsi Nightfire Nationals.